Coming to the next paragraph, they accordingly went back to Gandhi and told him they were ready to follow him into the jail now. If Mahatma Gandhi is sent to jail, the lawyer will also accompany him to jail. The battle of Champaran is won. That means now they have united, they can win any problem, he exclaimed. Then he took a piece of paper and divided the group into pairs. Two people will give the arrest. They made the pairs and put down the order in which each pair was to quote arrest. Several days later, Gandhiji received a written communication from the magistrate informing him that lieutenant governor of the province, that lieutenant governor of that area, had far-flung inquiry into the grievances, the problems of the farmers, depositions, that means written application. Depositions by 10,000 for peasants were written down and note made on other evidences. Documents were collected. The whole area throbbed. There was excitement. The action was going on with the activity of the investigators, those who were investigating this case, and the vehement protest of the landlords. Strong protest of the landlord was going on. In June, Gandhi was summoned in Sir Edward Gate in Lieutenant Governor. Before he went, he met the leading associates and other and laid detailed plans for civil disobedience if he should not return. If Mahatma Gandhi don't come back after meeting the lieutenant governor, so they will start civil disobedience, which you have known in your history in your SST class, that civil disobedience, सविनय अवज्ञा, respectfully किसी चीज़ को deny करना. Gandhi had 4 protracted interviews. Secret interviews with the lieutenant governor were there, who as a result appointed an official commission of inquiry. Inquiry commission was set up into the Indigo sharecropper situation. The commission consisted of, now who was there in that commission? Landlords, government officials, and Gandhi as the sole, as the only representative of the peasants. Gandhi remained in Champaran for an initial uninterrupted, without any break, a period of 7 months. He just went there with Shukla for a day or two to discuss the problems, but he stayed there for 7 months continuously, and then again for several shorter visits. The visit undertook casually on the entreaty of an unlettered peasant, without any written request of the peasant, in expectation, with this hope that it would last for a few days only, but it occupied almost a year of Gandhi's life. The official inquiry assembled a huge mountain of evidences against the big planter, and when they saw this, they agreed, in principle, to make refund of the peasants. But how much must we pay? Now the question was how much the landlord will pay back to the peasants. So now at this moment, they asked Gandhiji how much they should pay. They thought that he would demand payment in full of the money which they had illegally, गैर कानूनी, without any legal procedure, and deceitfully, cheatfully extorted, taken from the sharecropper. They should give it back full. He asked only 50%, but Mahatma Gandhi asked only for a refund of 50%. There he seemed adamant. Adamant means you won't change your decision. Right? Edward H. J. Hodge, a British missionary in the Champaran, who observed the entire episode at a close range, who was watching all these things very closely, he said Mahatma Gandhi was adamant at 50%, thinking probably that he would not give way. The representative of the planter offered to refund only 25%. But the landlord said they will refund only 25% of the money. To his amazement, Hodge was surprised to see Mahatma Gandhi took him at his word. He accepted, okay, make it final, thus breaking the deadlock. Because at that much time he thought money is not important, but was important was to break this deadlock. This settlement was adopted unanimously without any opposition by the commission. Gandhi explained that the amount of the refund was less important. Money was not so important than the fact that the landlords had been obliged, they had been forced to surrender part of money and with a part of their prestige. Taking money back from the landlord, that means it was taking the respect away from them. Therefore, that's why, as far as the peasants were concerned, the planters had behaved as lords. They were the more than God for them than law. Now the peasants saw that they had right and defenders. Somebody is there to defend them. He learned courage. He here is the representative of all the farmers. They have learned courage to say there to fight for their rights. Events justified Gandhiji's position. Within a few years, the British planters abandoned. They left their estates, which reverted the peasants. Indigo sharecropping disappeared from that episode. Gandhi never contented himself with large political or economic solution. He never said that I am related with politics or with the economic situation of the people. He saw the cultural and social backwardness in Champaran villages. When he visited the villages, he saw people are so illiterate, so backward, and wanted to do something about it immediately. He wanted to help them. He appealed for teachers. He called some teachers, Mahadev Desai, Narhari Parekh, two young men who had just joined Gandhi as disciple. Disciple means his follower. They have become his follower, and their wives also volunteered. They came themselves for the work. Several more came from Bombay, Pune, and other distant, far off parts of the India. Devdas, he was Gandhiji's youngest son, arrived from the ashram. So did Mrs. Gandhi. Primary schools were opened in 6 villages. Kasturba taught the ashram rules on personal hygiene and community sanitation. Now they all started teaching the people about sanitation, about personal hygiene. The children should be sent to school. Health conditions were miserable. There were so many diseases. Gandhi got a doctor to volunteer to give the services free of cost. For 6 months, 3 medicines were available: castor oil, quinine, and sulfur ointment. So for all type of medicines, all type of problems, only these medicines are given. Anybody who showed a coated tongue, when you have a white layer on your tongue, was given a dose of castor oil. Anybody with malaria fever received quinine plus castor oil. Anybody with skin eruption, if you have some skin eruption, some cuts on the skin, received ointment plus castor oil. Gandhiji noticed the filthy state of women's clothes. The ladies were not in a good condition. He asked Kasturba to talk to them about it. One woman took Kasturba into her hut and showed, look, there is no box, no cupboard here for the clothes. The sari I am wearing is the only I have, she showed. During his long stay in Champaran, Gandhi kept a long distance watch on the ashram. He was in touch with the ashram work. He sent regular instructions by mail and asked for financial accounts. He asked for the details, whatever the expenditures are being done. Once he wrote to the residents that it was the time to fill the old latrine trench. The safety tank was to be emptied now, dig new ones, otherwise the old one will begin to smell bad. So he was so much interested, he was so much deeply involved with all the workings of his ashram and all that. The Champaran episode was a turning point in Gandhi's life. You may underline this line. Why it was a turning point? What I did, he explained, was a very ordinary thing, a simple task he has done. I declared that British could not order me in my own country. I won't follow their order in my country. But Champaran did not begin as an act of defiance. It was not a challenge. It grew out of an attempt to alleviate the distress of large number of poor people. This was a typical Gandhi pattern. The politics were intervened. Whatever he has done, it is mixed with the practical day-to-day problem of millions. He was not a loyalty to abstraction. He was not loyal to God, but it was a loyalty to living human being, to serve them in everything Gandhi did. Moreover, he tried to mold a few new free Indian who could stand on their own feet and thus make India free. He wanted to make them self-reliant, to depend on themselves. Early in the Champaran action, Charles Frederick Andrews, the English pacifist, he was a pacifist person who believed in peace, who had become a devotee, a follower of Mahatma Gandhi, came to bid to say goodbye to Mahatma Gandhi before going on a duty tour to the Fiji Islands. He was to join a tour, he was to go on the duty, he has come to say goodbye. Gandhiji's lawyer friends thought, all the lawyers thought it would be a good idea for Andrews to stay in Champaran and help them. He can help them in this problem. Andrew was willing. He also wanted to help Gandhi.